Oh yeah, because oh my god.
Oh, they didn't hear you at all?
Yeah, okay, they didn't hear me because I muted my stream. Hello, hello everybody. Hello. Oh, you have echo now. Maybe I have two audio sources. No, I have one. Oh yeah, because oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh, okay, okay. I
then-
have feedback from my own stream. Jesus Christ. Technical difficulties always, always, always. Good thing that yeah, we totally didn't know because I never check my audio. I've been a creator for how long? 7 months. Jesus Christ! You would have thought that I will learn. Hello, hello, hello. So okay, 4 minutes in, we are starting over. That's okay. So. Tonight I am streaming my art lesson with Cryptic, who is an actual real artist, and we will be trying to teach me how to draw. Yeah, I'm. Oh my God! I'm looking at the chat. No. Oh wow! Okay. I'm looking at the chat too. So. Tonight I am with Cryptic. I'm using my real voice, and I will be drawing the fan art of Orc VTuber because I promised in my stream that I will have a lewd fan art of Orc and myself and my original character Fukushiro commissioned, but it's so expensive. So I thought that I might as well learn how to do it myself. Yeah. So. All is okay. Yeah, yeah. Keyblot. I'm streaming in my real voice because I've decided I'm not going to use my avatar and my voice changer as a crutch tonight. Yeah. I believe that the road to self improvement lays outside of our comfort zone.
and more importantly, that's like one less thing to have to juggle, because then it would be like drawing plus your setup plus everything involved with VTubing at the same time.
Yeah. Real voice is okay. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Honestly, I hope that I will make myself somewhat known in the VTuber community and with my real voice. But that's still for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to change the scene to art class OBS screen. Hello. And yeah, I'm not going to be interacting with the chat that much because I don't know how to make it work. Thanks again, Keyblot, for pointing out that I had my audio turned off. What's funny?
Okay.
I did literally the same thing when I was recording our first lesson together. I muted the audio. Okay. So yeah, we can start now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So as I was like explaining before, like you can just like go ahead and outline whatever big shapes you can see in the source, like in the reference material. Like this is a good way to like just to explain the chat. Like in case you're trying to like look at a picture and then try to like redraw it yourself. It's like there's a lot of good tricks you can use just to make things simpler for yourself and to like understand what you're looking at. And like one of the basic ways is just to like separate things into different shapes. Like just look at the picture and just like like exactly what Fukushima is doing. Just like
okay, so like the
and remember, and this stage of everything is just the sketch. Like this can be as rough as it needs to be because like you're going to be drawing, like redrawing and drawing over this stuff.
I'm trying to make my tablet like parallel to the desk.
Oh, I was gonna say like remember there's a grid view too that'll give you like that's actually starting off in grid view is a good tool too because it'll just give you the straight lines as reference.
Yeah, because my lines are kind of crooked.
It's okay.
Okay, let's
It's actually like now I think about it, in Clip Studio, do they have like a shape tool? Like, do they have anything that makes a straight line by itself?
They have like a ruler here, so
Snap to ruler.
is it like really straight? Yeah. Honestly, no idea how that works. Yeah, but we will
It's
have
okay.
to.
Like again, like
yeah, we will make do with the grid.
hmm It'll just give you a reference of like how straight your lines need to be. But at this stage, they don't need to be like 100% right.
Yeah, so now we go with the ears or like.
Mhm.
Oh, do we make the whole sketch on one layer or do
No,
we go with?
even here, like something like the ears, you can just draw those as like big triangle shapes because we're just gonna break things into their different parts. Yeah, like that. Like the best way to think of this part is like this is like a sketch of a sketch. Like you'll do this part and then you'll do like a sketch based on this anyways. Like this stage of doing things just to like identify the big shapes. Because like basically even from here you can see like you'll end up drawing like when you start doing your drawing, you're gonna like draw the entire head, you're gonna draw the ears, and then like I guess from here you can just like give the eyes, you can just outline their shape just because like this is another part you're gonna be focusing on.
I'm gonna zoom in. Maybe this could be smaller. Okay, so the eye goes like this, then kinda like this.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like this is the general shapes. Like this is just give also to like almost give your brain information. Like when you look at the eye, you'll be like, okay, it's a long, like sort of like more realistic looking eye, as opposed to like like in anime, the eyes have a specific feel. They're like gigantic, like circles, basically.
Yeah, I'm glad that I have this picture of Orc right here because I'm not sure if you paid attention, but his palms are enormous. So yeah, that would
No,
be,
this is a good reference picture to work from. This is perfect, actually.
yeah, that would be pretty hardcore for a grasshopper like me to.
That's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think the next shape here to outline is like the nose. Like just try to like get the whole thing as like a big, sort of like
It's like
I think like a triangle shape or yeah, like what you're doing there is good.
with the pencil, like. The stabilization too much.
Yeah, like drawing programs, they like sometimes give you too many options, right?
Like this.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, just to show how like its general shape and like also how big it is. His gigantic orc nose.
Not.
No, it's okay. Like just that. Yeah, that much alone is fine. Like that just gives you the shape of things. And oh yeah, that's even better. Like you'll just know where the nostrils are. That's perfect. So even just like looking at the way you did the nose, it's not like a traditional geometric shape, but like at the same time, it is like sort of like yeah. And then I guess the next part is like the mouth. Yeah, you can just outline the mouth.
Do I start with the lip?
And again, just like identify like whatever big shapes, like lips are like look like they're one big shape that you can just like outline. Yeah. Yeah, and don't worry about like the straightness or the cleanness of the lines. Like that's perfectly fine. And then like you can exactly. And then you can like outline each individual tooth.
Okay. And like here on the inside. Maybe it's better to.
Yeah, no, that's okay. You don't even need to. That's like something we'll do in details. The next shape I'm seeing here, which is worth maybe outlining a bit, is like you see how the cheeks are like he has like those high cheekbones. Those are like almost triangles. Yeah.
He also has the.
Oh, you can do that too. Yeah. Like any obvious shapes, even something like that is fine. It's good that you're like picking them out now.
Yeah, he's like a really angry look, and maybe it's because we are calling him a VTuber.
Yeah. And from here, you want to zoom out a bit. We'll just see how much of this. Yeah, even like the parts of his neck, like you can outline just to show like how thick it is, basically. It's a gigantic tree trunk fork neck. And then even like his hair, his like mohawk, you can just give that an outline too. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so just looking at it, yeah, I think that's everything. And here, if you just hide the reference material, just so you can see the lines by themselves, you can look at it. And actually, turn on the background. It'll just make things. Yeah, that's good. And actually, yeah, you already going there. You can get rid of the grid layer. Okay, so this is basically all the shapes we've picked out of the source material just to look at it. And even from here, like obviously this is just like sort of like rudimentary, like the most basic of basic sketch. But even from here, you can see that like you can tell what it is, right? You can tell like the character. So that's good. Also, I think like for most drawing, especially like people who care about like anime, manga stuff, like symmetry is like a definitely like a big thing, right? Just like making sure like the eyes and everything. Like usually when something is off, it's like it feels somehow worse when it comes to like this style of drawing. So like again, you can go back to the grid view, and that'll like maybe show you if anything is like out of proportion, right? Just because like this gives you a reference for everything. Like I think just because like we drew straight from the reference material, like things should be like in their right place and the right size. So like I don't.
This eye is kind of small, but maybe.
Yeah, but it's okay. That's like anything that's like the eye or even the shape of the nose or the ears. Like you don't need to fix yet because again, these are just like this is like the sketch of the sketch. Like this is just to get the different parts and like even here, like if you want to make any adjustments, it's just like whether the nose is in the right position or like the mouth. Like again, because we drew from like source material, everything should be fine. But like these are the kind of things to think about if you were like drawing in real life and like you're looking at a picture and then trying to do this like in the traditional way, right? Like usually, like the big advantage of like what we're doing now is like with digital, you can make like all these different layers and like you can draw over source material and things. Whereas like sort of traditionally, you'll just have a picture in front of you, and then like you'll try your best to recreate it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can tell, but I'm nodding my head hardcore.
What is like? Because there's so many like Russians watching. Like I think, what is tak? Or am I saying it right? Tak.
Tak.
It's like TAK.
Tak,
Yeah, I looked
tak.
it up, and like the definition of it is like when you're thinking or you're like trying to buy time, you're like tak tak tak.
Yeah, it's also in Polish. It's also yes, but yeah, we do say tak tak tak. In Polish, we also say no 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 when we mean tak tak tak. So yeah, that's kind of confusing. But yeah, we can give you.
For your own benefit, if you feel like you're being too quiet, you can always like, or you're thinking about what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can give you an advanced lesson in all the Slavic languages later. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, so far, as I've told you guys before, like the only Russian words I know, I think I have suka, blyat, and oru. And I don't even know if I'm. Is that LOL?
There's also blin, like it's like the pancake, but it's also like the nice version of a swear word you want to say in front of your mama.
Yes, definitely. There is much for me to learn. Like Slavic languages. Like
but I think that with the knowledge you have now, you will get by definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So getting back to this. So yeah, like I think just as things are now, like unless you see anything that you'd like to fix, like I think things are in their right place. Because like this stage of things is like just to check that things are symmetrical or they're the right proportions, or like if you wanted to change like the height of like the eyes and stuff, like you'd be able to do it here. Like in this case, like I don't think you need to make any corrections unless you see anything that's off.
No, I think it's okay because like the neck is kinda at an angle, like
it's fine, and you can even leave your arrows in. Like these arrows will be like indicators of like things that you wanted to focus on. Because
Okay.
like again, like the nice thing is like even when you're drawing from source material, it doesn't need to be like 100%
Mm-hmm.
accurate, right? Like the nice thing about like drawing in general is like you get to make any artistic decisions and changes you want. So if you wanted the neck to be thicker than it is in like the picture, that's fine. Those are changes you can make. Or if like at the end of this we want to give him gigantic ubu anime eyes like Plania, then we can do that as well, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I'm struggling with because I went to the engineering school and there was this teacher lady and she would beat us with the paper tube if we if we held our pen at an angle because if
Oh
you
my god.
if you ink at an angle you will
Mm-hmm.
temper the line. It will have a different width.
Mm-hmm.
It won't be zero point 0.8 millimeters, but it will be a little bit thinner. You know how you have 0.8, 0.4 and 0.2 micron pens, and if you don't hold them at a perfect 90 degree against the paper,
Mm-hmm.
the tip gets like this, like it chips.
Oh my.
So your lines are inconsistent.
It's okay. Thankfully, we get to break all those rules.
Yeah.
If anything, yeah. It's if anything, like you want to draw like at a 45-degree angle. Like you don't want to have your pencil at a 90-degree angle. Really, that like gives you like less control for what we're
Yeah,
doing.
it will be like this.
Oh yeah. Like basically, like if you're holding your stylus like the way you're holding like your pen when you're going to write like a letter, then that's perfect. Just like whatever's your comfortable grip.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we can maybe there'll be like hearts or something in the final version of this.
Okay. Let's continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then next, I guess we'll turn the the reference material back on, and here you can just move your layer that has like your pencil drawing like aside, just so it's beside the reference material. Yeah, exactly. Just like move it over to the right. Yeah, just because like it's like as we've mentioned before, there's like circumstances where just like tracing things is totally fine. It's a legitimate way of like just quickly getting information, but like you can only trace so much, right? Like conceivably, if we wanted to make this portrait, we could just trace everything. We could just like trace every single thing on there, but then it would be like too much of a copy, right? And then people on the internet would laugh at us for making trace drawings, basically. But like again, tracing has its benefits. Like it's just a tool like anything else. But from here, like we can go in a bit, yeah, like just as much as you need to, and like you'll make a new layer, and now you'll draw in these same details, like at the like sort of like in the proportion and style that you want, right?
So let's pick the lines. Is a two
Yeah. Mhm.
is 4 too thick or is it enough?
Whatever's most comfortable for you, of course.
Yeah, because like in Clip Studio you can cheat. That's something I learned. You can click here and you can make your line art slimmer. So you can cheat like
No, that's
this.
good. Like honestly, like again, we were like joking about like how people like look down on people tracing. It's like all these things are just tools. Like especially like if you're using any type of like drawing program, you should take full advantage of like whatever it can do for you, right?
Yeah, because in the end nobody will know how I did the line art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes
that's a big
sense.
thing too. But yeah, these are just all things that like help you. And also, it's just like you can't even do these things in traditional media. These like the advantages of working digitally. Okay, so this is a new layer, right? Like separate from anything else.
Yeah. It's new.
Okay, good. Yeah, from here it's like for me for like these kind of like a portrait where like the person's like looking directly at you. I like starting from like the like sort of the facial features and then doing the head last, as opposed to like I think people have like the habit of trying to like make the outline of the head first, right? Like they'll try to make the container of the head essentially, and then put the facial features onto it. Like for me, I like doing the facial features first, especially if you start at the nose, because like the nose is at the very center of the face. So just to keep things like symmetrical and like in proportion, it's like best to work from like the inside outward.
Yeah,
So
like
like order things, yeah, it just like helps, especially like to keep things
yeah, but if
sort of like
if
in
his
yeah.
nose is like wrinkly, do we go like this with, with the line art?
Yeah, I think so. That'll just give it, especially the like appropriate shape as well.
Yeah, that will look like a potato.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's start here. Oh, do I have the stabilization on? Let's cheat a bit.
No, it's okay.
Maybe we can go
Again, this is all like
like this.
ethical cheating. It's all for the benefit of like.
Okay, like this. No. Kinda like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like and again, this is like even what we're doing now is a sketch. So like there'll be all sorts of corrections and stuff you can make.
Oh God. Where is
Also,
my?
here I'll like no, that's okay. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm just gonna set up some paper. Maybe I'll be able to demonstrate something in real life.
Like this. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. That's just my live feed in the top right. Um, so like even at this sketching stage, like just to help you like even draw, like I think like what we concentrated like on last time we were chatting is like having a strong like pen stroke, right? But for something like this, like at least at the sketching phase, like if it's too hard to get like a straight like one stroke, like what you can do is like break things into pieces. So you can like instead of drawing a curve like this, like maybe you just like do a line, and another line. They kind of like serve the same function, right? Like this is a little more boxier, but I think that's actually fine given that like our subject himself is like has sort of a boxy face. Like he doesn't have smooth features. He has like angular like cheekbones and things like that, right? That's just like a for your own benefit, like just so you don't feel like you're having like absolutely having to make like a smooth like one stroke. Like instead, you can break things into pieces. But so far, like your drawing looks fine, just for like filling in parts. Like, uh, I think you can zoom out just to compare it again to the reference. Mhm. I think actually try to keep in view like your reference and your sketch as you're doing it. That case, like, yeah. Because even here, it's like if you feel like you'd like to draw the like nose a little closer to what you're seeing in the picture. Like now you can see both at the same time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Like we'll just go with this view. Like we'll go with this view because even at this phase, like it's gonna help immensely just to be able to see the reference material at the same time, just so you don't feel like you're drawing from memory or guessing or anything.
Okay, so do I erase it?
Actually, let's erase it. It doesn't even take that long to redraw.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and again, this is the good that we're doing everything on like the separate layers. This makes everything so much like easier. Yeah. So here, like using yeah, exactly. You can make your lines like that too if you need to, because again, you could just be drawing like one line after another. Like it's almost like instead of making like you can draw a circle like this, but you can also just draw a circle by like making a bunch of like small lines that will like connect together to make a circle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like even something like that is totally fine because again, this is just like the initial stages of the drawing don't need to be clean. They just like need to give you information. Yeah, even that, like just leave that like that. That's like fine. because again, like even like just to keep things in mind, like the features on like Orc's face are going to be very big. So even if the nose is bigger than it is in the like reference material by a bit, that's fine because like he's going to have like a big nose, like very big lips. So like if those things are like just a little bigger than they are in the picture, that's totally. I think that's okay.
Why are okay? It's good.
Yeah, and just like work on it just a little bit until you're satisfied, because like even there, I think uh, like it's you've done your job because like what you've done is like you've just drawn one big shape, right? So I think like when you've done that, like your job is done. Like you can move on to like the next parts. Like so yeah, like starting at the nose is good. Next here, I think just the lips can be the next part. You can even do the teeth first if you want, because the teeth are just like big, like spikes. They're just gonna be like big triangle shapes. It's just like here at this stage, just try to get like the most accurate. Like sort of like the most accurate
sharper.
Shape.
Yeah.
And here, like you don't need to focus so much on like drawing curves. Like here, you can just like draw whatever straight lines if that's easier, just like quick sharp lines, like that.
I drew over that small.
No, but remember, even if you draw over, you can just erase like the ends, right? Because like the thing is, like drawing like over things is like feels better and like it's fine. It's just like afterwards you can just like go back and erase the parts you don't need.
This one.
Yeah, like that's good. And I find again getting back to pen stroke, like pulling down like this, like just feels so much stronger. Like I don't know, like I think your hand just has like the most control if you're like pulling down on the pen.
Yeah, but when we have like the pressure opacity, and if I want the line to, to have this, I don't know, the fade out. Like, can I really like fake it when I start like this? Then the pressure is.
Oh, I know exactly
this
what you
point.
mean. But even then, those are things you only need on the final drawing, right?
Okay.
Like when we get to that part, then it'll be like more focus. Yeah, like when we get to the part, it'll be more focused on like having clean lines and like doing like good like curves and stuff. But like right now, like you don't need to worry about that.
Yeah. So we are kind of freehanding. Okay. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, the teeth are like fine. Yeah, you even got the smaller teeth, and like now you can give like the lips just like whatever big shape they need. Like again, like just like look at the reference material as you make these shapes, just to like make them as accurate as they need to be.
Okay. Now he has, it's like this. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay.
That looks good. Did you change any of your settings, or are you just drawing a little more carefully now?
Yeah, I did kick up the stabilization a bit, but I am going a bit slower. Because in all those art tutorials on YouTube, they always tell you to draw from your elbow, to go like.
Again, like it's so funny because like whenever people need to learn things, I tell them just go watch a YouTube tutorial. At the same time, there's like so many different tutorials, like you never know who is giving you like the correct information, right?
Yeah, like people contradict themselves all the time.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Like for this kind of drawing, just like Wacom drawing, like you don't need to worry about like your elbow or anything. I think it's just like here, right? I'll turn my camera on again. for this kind of drawing, it's like I find it comes mostly from like just the wrist and the hand. So like if you just keep your like wrist comfortable and like planted somewhere, like you can just keep your wrist like set there, and then like your hand and like your fingers will like move around to do whatever you need. And like maybe for if anything, like if for the sake of risk health, because like people are just on their computers all the time getting carpal tunnel syndrome. Like if you don't want to like hurt your wrist, like just try not to. Maybe don't put the underside of your arm on the table, because that's how you're gonna like make the bones in your hand like really sore. Like if you just like maybe use the side of your hand.
Yeah, yeah. I
Like you
don't
can
have
see like how
much space, so I'm resting my elbow on my chair, and then
Oh, true.
I go
Yeah.
with my wrist. Okay, okay then.
Yeah. But but yeah, even like usually like I don't think I put my elbow to, like gonna get the elbow view. Like usually like I find I don't like if it's comfortable for you, obviously like that works. But for me, like I don't feel like my elbow like needs to be planted anywhere. Like if my hand is just like solidly planted somewhere, like that's fine. It's like basically I feel like I'll just like take like the meat of my hand and just like plant it and just like glue it to the surface, and then like when I need to move my hand around, that's all you need to do, I think. This is again like in the vein of like skeptical YouTube information. Like maybe this is like not like helpful either. This is more or less like maybe like what works for me. Like whatever ends up working for you is like what's gonna matter, right?
Okay. Sweet.
Okay.
Okay.
I only mentioned this stuff because like last time and or you were like is that was that correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. The microphone kind of skipped, so I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. That's I think that was something on my end. I was just saying it's like last time I think your or your wrist just from like the drawing session.
Yeah, it did hurt, but you know, I failed my stream on the next day, and I inked my sketch, and I was fine. So I think that it was like the just the first time thing, because you know I never got to the point in my sketches where I had to finish up the drawing. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, usually you just try to sketch things out, and then you get discouraged because it looks like shit. So
It's okay. I don't think that's gonna happen this time.
yeah, okay. So now do I go with the lips or the teeth?
Yeah, I think the lips. That's actually yeah. If you want, like actually, that'll give a good indication. And like I'd say, like looking at the lips, it's like one thing I'm seeing. Here, I'll just turn my camera. The lips are like this, and then when you're making like the lines of the lips, I think like you can see like how they're curved, correct? Yeah, exactly, like that. That's just like something to be aware of, and like mhm. Yeah, exactly, just like that. Like even this doesn't need to be like 100% like accurate, like this exact same curve in the reference material. It's just that like you should make a mental note that like the lines of the lips need to be like these like curve shapes, as opposed to like just drawing them like straight like this.
In the middle, it kind of goes like this.
Oh yeah, in the middle, like at the very middle, yeah, like the very middle, like won't be like straight down, but it'll be like less curved.
Okay. It's gonna be like this kind of.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, yeah. It's just like yeah. The only thing that matters there is that the lines are going in the right directions with which they are.
This is kind of straight, like.
Yeah, it's okay. Like this is stuff you'll fix later on, anyways. Like all this stuff is just information for so that you can process like the picture better, right? Just like making these big shapes and like little sketches are just like notes almost for like when you are doing like the more finished drawing. Like I like to explain this stuff as like it's almost like you're giving the drawing its skeleton, and then you're gonna put like the rest of the stuff on top afterwards. And then here the next detail, you can like have the teeth, like his bottom row of teeth are showing there. Like you can just put those in.
From they go like all the way from
Yeah, I think it
here.
can just be go like yeah, just like all the way across.
Because this one is like chipped or something.
Oh, that's okay. Even those kind of details again, it's like there's all sorts of small information in like the reference material. It's like best to ignore. Like I think that's actually a good thing to keep in mind for like these beginning steps. Like it's you don't want to get every single little detail. Like you just want to get the big things. And like even here, the teeth are just so that we can get them filled in. Like these aren't like a huge detail either. Yeah, and like in your drawing, you can just have the teeth going all the way across. Yeah, you can. Yeah, there, right. Just to give us an idea. Like if you want to fix that, you can fix it later. But for now, it's fine just to fill it in. The next thing here is like you can do the eyes, right? This will probably be like the last big facial feature.
Okay. Now this one.
Yeah, that's good.
It's too short. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's like it's done its job of like filling in like the shape of the eyebrows, right?
Okay, so now we go with the eyes.
And like here, you can just look at the reference material and like make mental notes. Like you can see the eyes are like somewhat like more like human eyes, right? Like as opposed to like gigantic anime eyes. So they don't need to be like too big.
Okay, so the that's like the bottom of the eyelid. Oh, I'll give him the Egyptian eye.
Yeah, I think that's good. Just because like these are things just to again just get the information. Like now it's like you can see it's like oh he has like long, thin sort of like as you described like Egyptian sort of eyes, right? So that like little ridge under his nose, like the space between the lips and the nose, you can like fill those in too. Like you already have the lines drawn in there. Yeah, those. Those don't need to be too strong. It's just like yeah, something like that. We'll just keep yeah.
And those.
Yep, and then the cheeks. Yeah, and again, don't worry about drawing through things because you'll just go back and erase whatever you is an extra line. And then next, like now that we've like as I was saying, like the best way to start is from like the inside out. So I think we've done that part, right? Like you've done like the nose, then the lips, then the eyes. Like this is like the order of things that you can also do in like most portraitures, I think. Like just starting from like the inside and then working outwards, I think is best. So like next, you can do the outline of the head. Here, I think uh, like in your sketch, it's like it's fine just to give you like show you where the proportions are. I think like here, looking at the reference material, you can try to like make more of an accurate shape than the sketch, right?
Yeah, so like,
Yeah. Like I'm just pointing out that like you don't need to draw exactly the lines in the sketch. Like here you can make like a more sort of like accurate drawing
yeah,
just in terms of like proportions. Like the lines don't need to be perfect and straight. It's just like getting the right proportions.
so wobbly.
Honestly, like a line like that is even fine because like again, the like nice thing working with digital is like when we need to, we can just use the transform tools to move things around or like make things bigger. And that's true of everything. Like even when we're finished like this sketch, like we can just use the transform tool to make any corrections that you feel you want to make.
I don't know how to.
Oh no, it's okay. Like what you're doing right now is like the correct thing to do. Just like rotate the like the canvas itself so that you can get like the strongest like line stroke that you can. Yeah, like it's so you can even tell right here it probably feels a lot better to like pull down on your stylus, right?
Yeah.
Like this is like how I work all the time. Like I'll just rotate the canvas so that I don't need to move my hand around. Like I can just keep my hand where it is and just like move the picture.
It's crooked. Okay.
No, it's good.
Yeah, and like the jaw is more like boxed.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And I heard that the double chin is somewhat of a meme.
Oh, I
So-
noticed. Yeah, I noticed the prominent orcish double chin as well. Like we'll
Yeah,
make sure that's
so
included as a detail.
so I cannot look over it. I have to include it.
And like what you were doing there on the like on the reference material, like I think that was good too. Like you were drawing a box around his like chin, because I think it is like a very box sort of shape. So you can even like do that in your sketch if you want.
Straight across.
Yeah, like there's yeah, exactly, stuff like that. There's like every line doesn't need to be a curve. Like there's like points where you can use like straight lines as well. That's good. And then you can make like the bottom, like the double chin, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, like honestly, like I feel like you because you mentioned before, it's like you do have a drawing background in a sense. It's just that it's engineering sort of drawing, correct?
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, like honestly, those are kind of like those are kind of skills you can still use for portraiture drawing. Because even now, like what you're doing is like just making like big geometric shapes to break up like the source material. I think is like just like a fundamental, anyways. I think that's good. It's like one shape here. I'll turn my camera on. One shape I'm seeing there is like. Wait, how's this oriented? Okay, here we go. So like these are the lips and then like the bottom of like the chins would be down here. There's also like the like chin itself. You see that shape in the reference material?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I think that's something you can like draw in. Like you can just draw it in as just like these sort of lines, like a line like that, and then a line like that. That'll just like again show you like how big like the jaw is and things like that. Like it's basically just like a way of drawing in the chin, because like the chin's gonna be like this part here. Like you can even draw over the reference material if you need, just to like pick out the parts. Like if you go over it with your pen.